What happened to Armand Longchamps happened when he was defenseless.
I think for me it was so hard because he was dying. And this was going on, and it's like, oh God.
Jean Longchamps believes a caregiver hired to help her husband in his final days helped herself to their bank account.
Why would you do that?
Not long after Armand's funeral, Jean opened her bank statement and realized money was missing.
And the first thing I see is these pages with all these Safeco, Lowe's and Home Depot, and I panicked.
What you're looking at is first a copy of Mom's bank statement.
Jean's daughter, Joanne, went through every unauthorized charge, ranging from a whopping $835 at Lowe's and $400 in Chevron gas charges to nearly $1,000 paid to Walmart and more.
These add up to about $4,800.
Joanne thinks her parents' checkbook proved easy prey, tucked inside this top desk drawer in their dining room. She and the Pierce County Sheriff's Elder Fraud Unit, who is investigating the theft, think that the couple's bank account and routing numbers from those checks were used to set up an online electronic payment system.
She understands routing numbers. She understands how to go online banking. Yeah, she's our suspect.
Okay.
We know who she is and where she's at.
Because she has not been charged in this case and remains under investigation, we are not identifying the caregiver. Detective Ed Troyer says investigators are waiting for credit card transaction records for the prosecutor's office.
And I'm guessing when it all shakes out, we'll find that she's a suspect in other cases as well.
That is a tragedy.
Bob Reiler with Pierce County's Agency on Aging says while the majority of caregivers are excellent, some slip through the cracks.
It takes a high degree of diligence on the part of families who are bringing relative strangers into their house.
Which is why he urges taking precautions.
Don't put temptation out in front of people's eyes.
Lock up those valuables, especially a checkbook. And
go as deep as you can into doing some background checking.
Troyer suggests asking questions about those background investigations.
What do you actually check? How deep into the background you go?
Anyone can request and pay for a background check through the State Patrol, but it only covers conviction history in Washington State, and the information can be incomplete or inaccurate. It's a fingerprint-based system, meaning any case without fingerprints won't show up in the system.
What you have to understand is nothing may be there, but that doesn't mean that the person is absolutely without fault.
Now, the agency that the Longchamps worked with to hire that caregiver tells me that they do both state and federal background checks. They wouldn't comment on this case other than to say that the caregiver no longer works for them. So we did our own background check on the state. We found that she has no record here in Washington.
But a fee-based online public records database provided a prior address in Nevada. A free online search of Nevada's public court records revealed 2 convictions for attempted possession of stolen vehicle and possession of forged instruments.
You got to remember, when somebody walks into your house to give care, you are the employer. You know, yeah, you're working through an agency perhaps, but you are the employer, in fact.
I'm not going to arrest until she pays for it.
I don't want it happening to anybody else.